there are two things that can get you in a positive state almost immediately with movement. So if you're somebody, right, who is just starting out, or you're trying to encourage other people to be active, and you know it's going to take 6 weeks for the brain to figure out how to give you an exercise high, one is being in nature in a place that you enjoy. So like, for example, if you put me in the wilderness by myself, no, thank you. I'm just not ready for that. But you could put me, in a park where I can also see a city skyline and hear some birds. And also I know how to get home. Like, that's my version of green exercise. So it's about being in a natural environment where you can see some nature, maybe hear some birds, see some insects, some animals. You feel connected to the world around you. Or it could be a really challenging wilderness environment, if that is a positive experience for you. So nature or music. And we haven't really talked about music, but that is something else to think about if you're trying to make movement more enjoyable and to get like that endorphin dopamine rush immediately. If music that you like will do that for you. A lot of people experience really profound shifts in their state of mind when they're outdoors, and particularly when they're moving outdoors. And it seems that moving in nature is like instantaneous meditation if you were somebody who is trained in meditation for decades. Like, if you are that person who has sat and learned to work with your mind, and you can shift your mind into this state of present moment focus, you're opening your senses, and all that inner chatter that folks might be familiar with, that default mode, it quiets down, just like people who are expert meditators. This seems to happen for a lot of folks spontaneously in nature. And when I was interviewing people for the book, I kept hearing from people who particularly suffer from what I call like the cruel default mode. People who deal with anxiety, self-criticism, depression, even suicidal thinking, that they loved exercising outdoors because it was profoundly different for them. It gave them a different state of mind. For many of them, it was the only way of turning off that inner chatter that was so cruel and harmful. So it's another way to think about how exercise can be this major change in your state of mind. And part of it's biological and part of it's evolutionary, but that you can try this out for yourself. So I think that people probably are more music or more nature, and like, you should try both. So for me, I'm going to get that quieting of the default mode through music, and that's my access to positive states of mind and hopefulness. And for a lot of people, it's going to be being in nature.